In the heart of Nigeria, where the land is rich and the people resilient, a quiet revolution is taking place. A movement led by women, driven by purpose, and rooted in opportunity. For decades, women in agriculture have worked tirelessly, growing, producing, and trading. Yet, many remain unseen, their products undervalued, their access to global markets limited, their potential untapped. Women in Export Trade and Investments, WETI, was born to change that story.
So why WETI? WETI is the Women in Export Trade and Investments, and we're a business group. We came about because of the niche that we had to cover. You know, there were a lot of women out there producing stuff. If you look around, your neighbor is probably producing something. But then I found that women were selling to themselves or selling to the neighbors, family and friends. But these stuffs are good enough for export. But then they needed that help, that hand-holding to get their goods from their house where they produce or from the shop where they produce to the market, and that's where we come. How did I come up with this idea? I'm a project person. I've done a lot of work. I started my career in the oil and gas industry as a travel officer. But then while I was there, I was still doing projects. I was exposed to a lot of projects. And then I left the country briefly, came back, and then got into the financial institution and still do projects. So I will be employed for something, but because I am vast-minded, I will be exposed to a lot of other things. And that was how on my last job before I exited the financial institution that I worked in, I was exposed to setting up the women's desk. And on one of those fateful days, a group of women came to me. It was a coalition of women associations in Nigeria. And they wanted the bank to support them for something they wanted to do. And so I did not have any idea that there were these women, organized women out there. And I asked, how many are you? And they said there were 4 million. Can you imagine an organization that has 4 million people asking for help? So I laughed. I said, no, you're not 4 million. If you were 4 million, trust me, the banks will be coming after you. Go and ask a politician what it is to have 500,000 followers, not to talk of 4 million. So, but as we were talking, I saw that there was potential. I saw that there is a lot to do with them. And so I spoke with my executive at the time to let me work with them directly. So I joined them. And we started. I quickly found that there were a lot of distractions going on. Even though a lot of them have businesses they were into, there was this distraction about training here and there, running here and there, attending this seminar, that conference. You know, they were so distracted. And I was like, no, if we are focused, this thing can pay. Because most of us were into food production, into fabrics, accessories, nice, lovely accessories. Some of them you'll get to see as we go along. So I said to myself, these things can pay for themselves if we would focus. What do we need to focus? As a project manager that I am, I looked at what we needed, set a process in place, and that is how my journey with the Women in Export, Trade and Investment started. So what I did was identify some of those women that are into production or want to go into production and see, okay, what certification do you need? What are you doing right now? How do we trace it? How do we get to the last person producing this thing, the farmer? So that in case of, because me too, I like my health, I don't want to go eat something, then there's a problem. Okay, and I know that for international certification, one of the things they emphasize is traceability. So we worked with that, and we're still working on it because a lot more women are coming on board now. And then we were able to identify some of the producers that were ready for market. Now, in the course of the journey too, we met those that were already in the market as well. So we learned from them as well, you know. But then that was how the journey started. And I can tell you that in the space of 3 years and counting, we've been able to empower at least 470 women. On our registered platform, we have over 500 of us from those that are into fashion and accessories, those that are into food, different categories of food and all those. And we have an open platform where we have over 1,000 women also. But amongst us, there are local women that have communities behind them that they're working with. So there is that hard work that I have to do, hand-holding some of them, so they can also hand-hold the communities they're working with. I can tell you that Nigeria has a lot of opportunities if we would just have more of me to hand-hold these women and also give them the market opportunities. I quickly learned that I needed to segment the crowd. Because then when you say, come for training, everybody's coming for training, everybody has an expectation. But then in that crowd, you will find that there are those that already have product. There are those that don't have product at all. They are just trying to do something new. There are those that have product, but they are just sharp, trying their best in the corner. You know, so I thought to myself, okay, I have 3 categories of women here. I segmented the women into three categories. And when I meet partners, honestly, I tell them, when you want to organize an event for the women, training, whatever it is, capacity building, funding, please segment the crowd. Don't just do one, whatever, come all, come one, or come one, come all. Because then you will always have a crowd that is not satisfied or feel underutilized. Now, talking about the women, I have a lot of fantastic women. Amongst us, we have medical doctors. Do you know? Medical doctors that are producing wellness products based on their experience from what they have learned. Amongst us, we have elderly women. I have two women that are, in fact, three of them that are over 70. And they are doing fantastically well. They are still producing. I am happy and honored to have them in WETI, because sometimes I go to them for advice and they advise me. And their products are nice. In fact, two of them, their product is already on the shelf outside the country. And I'm willing to do much more to support their growth. And then, of course, I have those that are selling within the country. I have some very nice spice brand. So if you want spices, please reach out. If you want good spices that are made from naturally grown products, come to WETI, we have them. Because these women are very, very dogged in what they are doing. They are very careful. We have trained ourselves to be that brand that you can trust. Amongst us also, we have a retired NAFDAC staff, I would say a director, who works as our quality assurance person. And she travels around sometimes when we have to go see a product. Sometimes she goes to the factory to see what the person is doing. And so that we can have that first, I will call it a first aid help, to help the women with their quality before we even bring the inspectors like the NAFDAC of this world. My joy is we have also been able to encourage some of them who came into WETI having no product. Today they are producers, they have products, and some of them, their products are even NAFDAC certified, ready for the market, ready for the shop. And I'm so grateful to God for this opportunity to mentor the women.
This is more than a program. It is a movement of strength, of resilience, of possibility. Women in export, trade, and investments. Empowering women, expanding markets, transforming lives.